Okay, turn 17 just arrived. Let's see what we've got. Lots of blue down here, as to be expected. Unit bases come back on. Place names on. So, what have we got around Charleroi then? Okay, so he's pushed all those troops away that were sort of in this area. Or have they just routed? Hasn't moved forward with his cavalry any. Okay, so got a lot of troops there. He's really building up his force. Some Leger troops. Some oh, he has got pioneers. Not many, but he does have pioneers. Some line troops, leaders, some marines. Marine pioneers. I would say Napoleon's around if the marines are around. And some old guard. Yeah, a lot of troops. What's this cavalry? A lot of lancers. Chasseur cheval. More lancers. What's he got over here? Oh, yeah, they had a lot of lancers, didn't he? He brought some cavalry up by the look of it. I still didn't watch the turn back. It's just an auto reaction, just not to do it. And he's bringing a lot of cavalry around here as well. Dragoons. More dragoons. And some line troops. So, okay. And then around Saturday, not much happened. Well, hasn't got a bridge there to go over anyway. So, plan for this turn is pretty much business as usual. Start up in the north, second corps. They're going to come down. I must look at the... I'll tell you what, I'll do that now. I'll open that now. What am I looking for? I'm looking for courier system. We're on turn 17. I don't think there's anything arriving this turn. Just let it open. Forgot. Okay. There we go. Bit strange. Haven't restarted my computer for a while. So turn 17. Nothing arriving. Turn 18 will be. Alright, so fair enough. Yeah, so second corps on the march, continue down towards Ligny for the time being. T-Line's third corps, they're going to start going up this road, sort their order of march out, and get first corps up towards Fleurus for now until they get that message that they have to go further north than that. Definitely pull this cavalry back for sure, and there's going to be a nice big open gap if I'm not careful. Cavalry down here are going to stay where they are. Yeah, so it's not the most exciting of turns, nothing major has changed. I suppose I will get back to you once I've moved everyone. Movement all done, turn 17, 2:30 in the afternoon. Right, I'll start with where it's a bit boring. First corps, continuing their march. Supply train, continuing their march. Thielemann, continuing their march. A lot of cavalry sort of bunched up at Bois de Courray. Just to they're going to probably join the order of march there where they've got that gap. Bit of space. Around Fleurus itself, didn't move anybody, should have done really. These routed skirmishes, get them back to your leader, so you can sort yourselves out. I'm going to start to get these Landwehr troops just to get this crossroads as I discussed last time, just as they're coming up, just to protect anybody, just to protect in case anybody comes through these woods. I'll limit up that horse artillery northwest of St. Francois, and they're going to be on the move now. Pretty much cleared Châtelet. These troops are disordered, so they can't get back into formation or into column. The thing is, it's against the rules to be in line formation in towns and obstructed hexes, but I don't have a choice in the matter. So it's sort of a buy, if you like. I'm not gaining anything out of it. If anything, it's a disadvantage to me. So I'm not gaining, even if I was had to fire on somebody. It's not going to have. It's going to be penalised. So it's annoying, but there it is. It's not against the rules, even though you're not allowed to for offensive purposes. Let's say. We've got these skirmishers here. I'm going to have a go at the SARS, are they? They must be still, yeah. And got these guys covering the road just to cover the withdrawal. Got these pioneers out, got these 2 batteries of guns out. First Corps continuing their march up the road. Around sort of north of Charleroi. These guys again are disordered, so I'm going to have to just wait there. They're going to just protect that bridge for as much as they can. Get you out the way, forgot about them. In Charleroi itself then, again, it wasn't quite a case of everything I touched routed. These guys did, this 28th Regiment, they routed as soon as I touched them. They're going to be trapped, but look at the losses they've got. They're absolutely gone. Skirmishers wise, they routed as soon as I touched them. Got all my batteries limbered up. Same case here, I've got troops that I can't get back into column. They're in town, in line, doesn't matter. And they're blocking the way. So, going to have to try and get them out as quick as possible. Not much combat I can do there at all. Skirmisher, no, they're routed, so I can't do anything. Brought the Lambert cavalry up to sort of reinforce the dragoons, just in case he decides to have a go. I did say I'm going to move them this time, but because he hasn't moved them this time, I'm going to risk it for one more turn. He does have some infantry coming up there though, so let's have a look here. Horse artillery. One's got a gun in that square. Okay. So I think we'll just bring them out of the way a little bit and face them for that infantry there. Don't want to show that I'm withdrawing yet, just because that's my show of force on my flank. I need to protect that flank, and because that river's there, yeah, happy enough for the time being. Be a nice place to have a battery just over here, protecting that little bridge and the crossroads. Okay, bit of a boring turn. As I said, not much happening, nothing major, no messages to send. I dare say there's going to be turns like that when it's not the most exciting. It certainly will get more exciting later on. I'm going to have to start thinking about getting Blucher up to Genappe at some point. Where is Genappe? It's somewhere up here. I'm not looking at his troop movements. There we go. There's Genappe. So he's got a supply wagon there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's where we're going to meet Blucher, just because it's sort of equidistant between the Brussels road, that road, and where I am. So more or less. He's got to agree to it. He's got to get the message first. But we'll see. Alright, I'm going to send that over to them. Oh, last time as well, I forgot to tell you, I did get reinforcements, so I've just remembered them now. As soon as I pressed the button, I got reinforced. Or some Landwehr cavalry anyway. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get anything this turn. We'll soon see. Yep. Ah, okay. So Browser and the 14th Regiment and his 7th Infantry Brigade. Who have we got? CC. Fusiliers are a bit better. Oh, and that's that random sort of 25 skirmishers. Not good for much at all. Okay, so we'll get them out on the march. Oh, that's so annoying. Why don't you just pathfind onto the road? Oh. There we go. I hate single clicking. There we go. So it looks like we've got the 7th Infantry Brigade coming to join to join 2nd Corps. Blimey, so 2nd Corps are very much spread out. So let me think. Their initial orders, I suppose they've got to go with the very first orders for 2nd Corps, which were to go to Ligny. And to change their orders, I will have to send a courier out to Bruges. So let me do that now. So what we on? Turn 17. Message number 19. It's 2:30. But does he know he's arrived? No, it's got to be the other way around, isn't it? So this is going to get confusing now. Because it's core level, we're going to try and keep it simple. Now we've split the second core up, they're going to be in piecemeal. I suppose they will catch up at some point. So I think I would have to. Let's see now. So who's got... We said Major Bruce, isn't it? Major Bruce, 7th Infantry Brigade. So... 7th IB to... how am I spelling core? Yeah. So Bruce, 2nd Infantry Brigade. Where is he? He's in Hex. I can't see the Hex. 554304. 554304. 554304. And Blucher hasn't changed, so he's in 447255. And that coming down. Field Marshal Blucher. Let's get got loads of tabs open here. Okay, 20-sided dice. Okay, good. And that's a 3. So it's still going to take 6 turns to get there. Arrived on field. Where is he? That's the Namur Road, isn't it? Sorry, this is probably even more boring than watching nothing. Is that the Namur Road? To Namur. I thought it was a little bit more north. Oh, okay. East of Freudmont. Okay. Arrived on field. East of Freudmont. Heading to Ligny. That's fine. Just to let him know, keep it realistic. Don't want to break it down too much, but I think chunks, maybe brigade level, is sort of pushing it a little bit. But I think it's unrealistic just to assume that they arrive on the field, they are, how many, 107 hexes away, 10 kilometres away, and they just all of a sudden know that everybody's heading north. So they're going to go to Ligny, they're going to get a message. I could use things like if they bump into Pierce on the way. Pierce knows possibly. Yeah, Pierce knows that what the plan is for second corps, so he could pass that message on without having to actually pass messages to and from Bruce to Blucher. He could just sort of take an initiative check, and I don't think it even is an initiative check required for that. That's just on core level for sort of mass formations changing their orders. Bruce, he would have to follow them anyway. He wouldn't really have that much autonomy to have an initiative check, so he will march straight on. If he bumps into Pierce or Thielemann, for that matter, he's more likely to bump into Thielemann first. Okay, that is the end of the turn this time, and there we go. Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one. Right, turn 18, and what time are we? 2:45 in the afternoon. Just got the turn. Let's get some place names on there, and let's have a look. A lot of blue down in Charleroi. Crikey, he has crossed this river in force, and I think he took... Got to try and get those guns out as quick as I can. I don't want to lose 2 batteries, so they're going to have to come to the side, sacrifice themselves, and not losing 11 guns. I've got another... Just the one here. Crikey. It's not gone well at Charleroi. Whether that long-term delay is going to be useful, I don't know. I'm hoping so, but they have taken Charleroi. So I better send a message to Blucher to that effect. French pretty much have Charleroi. I'm not going to be able to hold it. Get everybody out as quick as I can, and in as orderly a fashion as possible. Good. So 1 unit there. The 1st Burgerschies have sorted themselves out, so they can get on the march back up towards Fleurus. And let's have a look. Let me just open... let me just open the what am I looking for? Waterloo campaign. And let's have a look. 18. Anybody arriving? Aha! first one to Wellington then. I'm continuing to 1st and 3rd Corps, marching towards Fleurus. Suggest we meet at the church in Genappe. So the meeting place is there. Right, so what I'll do with that, I have a sort of a special dispatch prepared. I'll show you that when the time comes. What else have we got? Zeaton to Blucher. Enemy increasing at Charleroi and Châtelet. Large concentration of cavalry sites southwest of Marcienne. Withdrawing corps to Fleurus. Risk of envelopment if I stay at Charleroi. I believe enemy will cross in force. Well, that's kind of happened. I doubt I can blow the bridges. So he's received that. But then Blucher did tell Zeaton, the last message, Blucher to Zeaton, here we go. Immediately withdraw your corps, yep. March northwest towards Melee. Okay, still going to go towards Fleurus for the time being. Send situation report immediately upon receipt of this message. Do not overuse cavalry in defensive march. He doesn't know that yet. And I'm marching towards northwards with 2 and 3 Corps towards Marbay. Send confirmation of these orders. And Thielemann also sent a message to Blucher. Received your last well noted. Presently at Fleurus with my corps and spread out on the march. I should at once divert my corps towards Marbay, so he knows that Thielemann is marching north. No sight of the enemy. Observe part of 1st Corps at Fleurus. Okay, so can't really do much. This cavalry, I'm going to use it as cavalry, or as Zeaton would use it. Just because he doesn't know that Blucher's told him not to be too heavy-handed with it. However, I'm not going to be heavy-handed just because that was never the intention. I don't need to be. I'm certainly not going to attack with the cavalry I've got against what looks to be a French corps and significant cavalry and artillery, and following up line troops in this area. So I'm going to have to make do there. Let's have a look at Châtelet. Well, Châtelet is not too bad because where is Châtelet? It's down here. We blew the bridge. We're getting out of there. Have they abandoned Châtelet? We're still on 20 hexes visibility, so just gonna have to leave them there until they sort themselves out. Where is he gone? I would say he's gone north with those hussars that were around here, up towards Châteauneuf. We'll get that cavalry back out of the way. Saint Francois has. So I need some scouts, really. 1st Corps up towards Fleurus. We're going to get that sort of a rear guard action, just covering the crossroads just in case. And then the rest of the corps, 3rd Corps, carrying on up that road north. 2nd Corps coming down from the north. Okay, so I'm going to sort all that lot out. I'll show the dispatch, write some messages, and then come back for the combat resolution. So, first dispatch to Wellington that I'm going to send. Try to add a little bit of flavour, as I just like these little things and little projects, and add a little bit of authenticity, almost. A little bit of online role-playing, if you like. Okay, so let's have a look here what he said. So, sent 10:30 right at the start, 15th of June in the year 1815. I put 2 in 1, just because I'll explain in a minute. There was a little bit of a short count when I was messing around with the hex counting and things like that, so I've put 2 into 1, but it won't happen again, just because he was receiving them both this time. Anyway, my dearest Duke, 10:30 on the 15th of June, the year 1815. My dearest Duke, I trust that this message finds you in good spirits. I understand that you are in Brussels at this very moment, and my intention is to send you the most regular reports on my positions and my intentions. I am currently on the Namur Road as I send this to you, and my destination is Ligny, so as to set up my headquarters and to appraise the situation which presents itself before my army. My initial commands to my most trusted corps commanders are to conduct a holding action at the towns of Charleroi and Châtelet on the north side of the river Sambre, with the 1st Corps under Zeaton in order to delay Napoleon and to gauge his dispositions and intentions. My 2nd Corps under Pierce is in part with me heading to Ligny, and the remainder of his corps are marching from the northeast to join us at the town. My 3rd Corps under the leadership of Thielemann is on the march to Ligny as we speak. I sincerely suggest that we meet with all haste at the church at Genappe at your earliest convenience in order to establish a mutual course of action. I shall head there this evening so as to arrive at Genappe in the early hours of tomorrow. I shall send further detailed information in due course when the situation becomes more clear to myself, so that you may arrive on the field with appraisal of my disposition and my intentions. Faithfully yours, Field Marshal G.L. Blucher, Prince von Waldstadt. So that's the kind of thing that I will be sending Wellington. It's not the AI, so I'll be able to make a bit more sense of it. Sticking with messages then, got some new ones that we had to send out. First one then is, so this is still turn 18. Zeton to Blucher. French have taken Charleroi in force from the south and southwest, observed to be in core strength. My corps is strung out between Fleurus and Charleroi, retreating northeast to Fleurus to regroup. I shall monitor French movement with the reserve cavalry. The bridges at Saint Francois and East Bridge at Charleroi destroyed. West Bridge was severely damaged. So we need a delay roll. Let's see what we're going to get with that. And a 5, that's not too bad, so you'll get that pretty quick, less than a turn. Okay, doesn't change anything, still arriving in 5 turns time. And the next one then is Blucher to Wellington. First call was confirmed that the French have crossed the River Sambre at Charleroi in force, and they have started to withdraw from the area. I've ordered them to march north towards Melee, and I shall march with 2nd and 3rd Corps northwards to Marbais so as to fall on your eastern flank. So, delay roll there. So that's a 7. This is what I mean. So, after a little bit of discussion with how we're calculating where Wellington actually is, he's not on that hex on the Brussels Road. He isn't. Let me just show you. He isn't actually here. My opponent said that he's calculated, I think he said it's about 11 miles, so we weren't too sure. So what we've done is said we're going to do 3 delay rolls until he starts moving, basically. He's arriving on that hex at 6:30 in the morning. So what we're going to do is do 3 delay rolls. So we've got a 7, 19, so we've got 26, and that means 38. Okay, so that's all we'll do, we'll just average it out. I think I did that before, I'm not sure. Maybe I put an extra one in. 38 delay roll, so turn 36, so he's not going to get that for a while yet. So they're the messages that I'm sending out. Zeton to Blucher to tell him Charleroi has been taken, French are there in force, and then to tell Blucher where we're actually going, and that First Corps have confirmed that the French are getting out of Charleroi. As for on screen then, usual sort of business, 2nd Corps coming down, 3rd Corps coming across. Start, well, as I said, Blucher can stay there until sort of the evening, early afternoon yet. What major things happened? I've put the 3rd Westphalian Landwehr. They were the ones that are going to keep this crossroad. 3rd Infantry Brigade, 1st Corps. And who we got there? Yep, German Major Jagarth. So he's going to sort of keep an eye just to make sure the French don't creep up on us. We're getting most of our force back up towards Fleurus in this case. In any case, they're going to have to nip across. Got my cavalry on the move. Now, because they disrupted a disorder, I can't really go that very far with them. But that's not to worry. Oh, and Tielemann's corps managed to finally get some of these cavalry on the march. On the road, they just got in that gap, so no big issue there. They're going. Combat-wise, I don't think there's going to be much at all this turn. Everybody's on the march that they can. Managed to get the guns out. That was good. But at the expense. It's going to be at the expense of the 1st West Prussian, which is a shame because they're a good unit, Class B, some of the best I've got. Don't forget this, the army of the Lower Rhine was probably the worst field army that Prussia put out during the whole of the Napoleonic Wars. We don't have, I don't think we've got a few A-class troops, but not many more than a handful of regiments that are Class A. So Class B is pretty much where it's at. That's good for this army. And they're facing the wrong way. But we did manage to bring the Fusilier battalion across to try and cover them as much as possible, but they're going to get attacked on the flank by, but they're disordered, so maybe they won't. It's the best I could do, So we've got that gun out. We got these guns out as well. We managed to get Major Quack the 2nd out. And yeah, Charleroi, that's pretty much Charleroi gone then. Try and get those skirmishes. No, I can't move them any further. Do I risk one more turn with my cavalry? Yes, because that's going to keep him in position. Lancers on the high ground. Might just move them up one more on the high ground. Just because then he for sure... he won't attack for sure then. Let me think. Okay. We've got lancers and lancers. I'll have a crack at it. Ah, so now you're in the way. Okay, and the Landwehr cavalry can hold guard, cover their retreats. So that's how we're looking. Charleroi has gone. What I do need to watch out for now is what's going on in the space between Charleroi and Châtelet. Probably not a lot there. However, this is the important bit. Between Tergnay, Châtellerault and Châtelet, there are those French hussars, and he had a lot of troops at Saint Francois as well. So he's either going to go up this forest road, he could skip around across the stream, up this high ground towards Lamboussat, which I'll have to give some orders to scout. I can't just go there without actually doing anything, without being a game and just going over there for the sake of it. I'd have to give some orders for that. Where's 3rd Corps? They're pretty far away from it. It's all this rearguard action at Fleurus, but they're going to have to get on the move down that road. If we're not careful, 1st Corps, now where do we say Mello was? That's a nice road. Up there, so there's 2 options here. The ones that are in Fleurus, up through Fleurus, and then up to the northwest. And the guys that are sort of hanging around north of Charleroi, they're just going to go straight up that road. What's the cavalry ground like? Good, but that's also good ground for him as well. A few towns, hedges, it doesn't look too bad. Let's just have a look at scheduled units to see if we got anything there. 3 PM, nope. Does look like we got some troops coming in. So there we go, that is turn 18 all done. I will send, that's the messages done, so I can save them. And what else do we have? I will send this off to Wellington. And that's the first one. So, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.